Well, 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 if you don't know who I am, then quite frankly, you're not really worth my time to begin with. From the South's most dangerous playground, weighing in at 180 natty, pronouns king and daddy, the Carolina Reaper, Jackson Drake. What's up, Wrestling Road Stories? How you doing, brother? Thanks for having me.
No problem, man. Thank you for being here. I'm loving that intro, brother. That's awesome.
I love it too. Thank you very much.
Appreciate it. All right. So let's just jump right into this. Hit me with your worst road story.
Worst road story? Dude. Oh man. Well, it wasn't on the way to a show, but damn, I don't really have a lot of terrible road stories to be honest with you. I've seen some crazy shit. Like one time, me and my ex were traveling to Tennessee, and on the way there, we saw like a fucking car that was on fire, like it exploded, and it was causing a forest fire, or it was like starting to cause a forest fire, and the fire was growing and shit, and like the fire department hadn't gotten there to do anything about it quite yet. So to this day, I don't even know if that forest is still there or not. That was pretty wild to see.
Yeah.
But what's the worst road story though, dude? I don't. Okay, so one time I forget where we were going, but there were five people, including me, in a whip. It was me, my ex, I think Javon Evans, maybe Montana Black, I don't know, but we were quite a ways away from our venue, and we were in like the middle of nowhere. There wasn't, for some reason, there wasn't really any gas stations or anywhere to stop, and we were already late, so I couldn't like if we had to take a piss, we couldn't like pull over to the side of the. I mean, we could have, but we were already running late, so we didn't necessarily want to. So I just grabbed. I had to go real bad, and there were like some empty water bottles in the car because we're wrestlers. We drink water and we leave them in our car. Uh, I took a water bottle, filled it with my urine. Wasn't quite done after I filled the first bottle, so I filled about three quarters of a second bottle, and then somebody had started to complain that it stunk. So I was like, all right. I was sitting passenger side. I rolled my window down and I tried to like hold it out the window and unscrew the cap, and piss just ended up getting like fucking everywhere, dude. Like it a little bit like not a lot on me, but like some definitely got on me in the passenger seat, and like a little bit dashboard got marked up. But like if there were any cars behind us, they definitely got flooded by just Jackson Drake's piss.
Oh man,
So
dude.
yeah, that was something.
That's funny. When I had Javon on, one of his stories was I can't remember who it was, but somebody threw up in their car. So just knowing you guys' relationship and then hearing that kind of story from you and that kind from him, I'm just like, dude, these guys are like
Dude,
brothers for
yeah,
real.
we've seen and been through some shit together. What can I say?
I hear you, brother. So that's a good one. I like that one. It's bad in its own way, man. I mean, no one wants to be covered in piss, dude. So I
It
totally
was
get it.
it was a less than pleasant experience.
Exactly. All right, man. So let's go with your best road story. What would you say is your best one?
Best road story. Okay. Here's a good road story, and
All right.
it is one of my favorites. Honestly, it was my first road trip that I ever went on.
Oh,
Actually,
nice.
I was I was 13 years old. I was either 13 or I had just turned 14, because Malachi had just began training at Firestar. So our trainer, the Ring Warrior, LeBron Cozone, he stuffed me and Malachi into a car, and then we proceeded to go scoop James Ryan, OMG, and we were going to Kinston this particular day. It was in like a really cool like nightclub or whatever. Mark James, the absolute goat, extremely instrumental in the past few months of my career. Uh, that night he had his last match for the time being. That was his retirement match at the time before he came back as an absolute fucking beast. Um, anyways, me and Malachi were kids. We were 13, didn't know shit, didn't know how to conduct ourselves or conduct um, business. So the whole time, the whole show, like Cozy and JR are wrestling. They're in the back. They're getting ready for their matches, or they're actively having their matches. Me and Malachi are supposed to be watching their merch tables. We're fucking practicing chain wrestling, trying to emulate what we're actively seeing in the ring. And it was near the end of the show. It wasn't quite the main event, but maybe it was like semi-main or something. Mark James wrestled Ethan Case, and I think he slipped on this like Kevin Owens style springboard-esque moonsault that he was going for. Okay, so the moonsault happens. Mark James had a rough fall, and me, I'm 13 years old. I'm a dumbass. I start chanting Botchamania, Botchamania, and so that match ends, and about 5 minutes later, I feel me and Malachi were sitting next to each other. We feel like this like gust of hot air against the backs of our necks. Something's like, come here. It's James Ryan right behind us. And he brings us over to this like secluded private corner. He's like, which one of you little motherfuckers said that shit? I'm gonna chop the shit out of y'all right now. And I was like, I said it. My bad. It was me. And yeah, it just he didn't do anything crazy. It just ended up being a very fortunately ended up being a lesson I learned the easy way in the end. Yeah, that was a fun time. On the way back, we were bullshitting. That's a fond memory. My
Dude,
first
man.
wrestling trip.
Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah, and Cozy, man, I finally got to meet him Revolution weekend. And I'm hoping to get him on here. He said he didn't say yes, but he said it's not a no, but it's not a yes. So I'm
So I'm
hoping I
glad
can get him on here at some point. Yeah.
I'm glad you talked to Cozy. Yeah, he just does his own thing, man.
Oh yeah, man.
Cozy does what Cozy wants to do on Cozy's time.
Yeah, dude,
That's what
I'm
makes
down
him
with that, dude.
amazing.
I gotta respect that, but yeah, I mean, I respect him, so that's why I definitely want him on here. He's a good dude. I love watching him fight, so
100%,
looking forward to
100%.
that. Yeah. All right,
Master.
so now we just have a handful of questions that we're going to go through. They're really simple, man, except for the last one. But first question is: when you're on the road, what's your go-to place to eat?
Go-to place to eat? If I have nothing on me, maybe pull up at McDonald's, get a few chicken sandwiches. Actually, better yet, no. I just go to I like gas station food, weirdly enough. Maybe because I've spent so many years eating the shit because I had nothing else to eat. Yeah, a nice a nice egg and bacon sandwich from Sheets. And
Okay.
a nice C4 and I'm good to go. Yeah, that's my
Gotcha.
go-to.
Sean Spears is a big C4 guy, man. When I brought him into for WrestleCade last year, and I was like, "Hey, man, anything I can get you?" And he was like, "Yeah, I need 2 blue C4s when I arrive."
2 of them.
Yeah, he hammered both of them when he got off the plane.
I don't doubt it. Yeah, it's liquid cocaine, man.
Yeah,
it is
man.
a drug. It is a drug.
I got you. All right, so the next one's a 2-part question. Who is your first favorite wrestler, and who is your current favorite wrestler? It could be the same person, but
you said these are simple questions. These are actually really hard hitting questions.
I got you.
My first favorite wrestler was okay. My first favorite wrestler was Jeff Hardy. I didn't start watching until I was 7, so it was right before I turned 8 that I really got into it. So it was about mid 2011, which was no, mid 2010. I'm sorry. So a little bit of time after Hardy had left. But my current favorite wrestler, Walter or Gunther. Sorry.
The Ring General. I hear you, man.
The Ring
that guy's a
General.
monster. And then watching him transform himself from when he first showed up to now, massive respect, man.
Fucking unbelievable.
Yeah.
Absolutely unbelievable.
Oh, yeah. I'm with you there. All right.
Just something about that style.
Yeah, this one should be an easier question for you for sure. Who is your favorite person to wrestle? You can have more than one answer. Yeah, but you can have more than one answer.
Well, I'm not going to give the obvious answer. I could have more than one?
Yeah.
Okay. So, obviously, Javon Evans. Obviously, Javon Evans. Our matches are the matches that are going to get me signed one day. So always grateful for that. Um, so here's the thing: Matt Riddle was an absolute pleasure to work. That was my first time wrestling a guy fresh off TV. You know, that was not long after he had gotten
Yeah,
he had
released.
gotten let
Yep.
go. Yeah. So I didn't know what to expect. I didn't expect him to be an asshole necessarily or hard to work with. I just genuinely didn't know what to expect. But just because he was a TV guy, I I went in prepared to be slightly disappointed, but I wasn't. It was the complete opposite. My only regret about that match is that I didn't do more because I didn't know he was going to be so generous. He was so
Oh,
generous. Uh, yeah.
dude, that was a banger, and I'm glad I got to see that in person. Like, ah,
Thank
yeah,
you
I
for
could
sure.
watch that match multiple times, man. Like, you guys' ground game, like just all the mat work alone was everything. And I'm like, I was yelling at people in my section because they weren't cheering when the groundwork was going on. I'm like, do you not understand like how technical that was? Like everyone wants to flash. And I'm like, no, man. I'm like, you can't, none of us can do half of what they're doing right now. Like, yeah,
Oh,
all the
dude,
moves,
stop.
all the switches. Yeah, you guys were, oh man. Yeah, no,
That's just
definitely
the
one of my top matches, man.
I thank you so much, dude.
Yeah.
That's just that filling it out that I love so much. I really like just kind of letting shit happen organically, you know.
Yeah, you guys were calling it, and it was brilliant. Yeah, very brilliant. Great match.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah, I talked to many people afterwards that was just all about it. And then, dude, he was just a boss. Like he went right from there straight to his merch table and met everybody. You
It's that hustle,
can't,
dude.
yeah, oh yeah, you can't beat that, man.
Can't fake the
Awesome
hustle, dude.
guy. Nice. So yeah, love the answers for that one. All right, man. Next one. Do you have a Ricky Morton story?
A Ricky Morton story? Oh man, I do have a Ricky Morton story. So Crockett Cup 2023. It was in Winston-Salem, North Carolina, which is right down the street from me. Me and uh, me and my best friend for life, Duke O'Connor, shout out. We were assigned the roles of security to look after the women's locker room for the last remainder of the pay per view. And right next to the women's locker room, there was a what do you call it? Two gender bathroom. Uh,
Yeah, it's just a
yeah,
yeah, it's just
bathroom for
bathroom for
everybody.
everyone. I'm with you.
Yeah,
Yep.
bathroom for everyone. And so me and Duke O'Connor are sitting there guarding the women's restroom, and Uncle Ricky, we call him Uncle Ricky. Uncle Ricky just is coming. It's like he's coming down the hallway, and then there's a turn down, and once you come this way, you take a turn. This is where we are guarding the women's locker room, and that's where the bathroom for everybody is. So we're like, "What's up, Uncle Ricky? How you doing, boys? Whatever, whatever." He walks in the bathroom, closes the door behind him, and me and Duke, we're bullshitting or whatever. And Ricky's in there for a long time, like almost a concerningly long time. And so Duke looks at me. He goes, "Hey man, you think Ricky's all right?" In 3 seconds, no exaggeration, 3 seconds after he says that, the door swings open. Ricky Morton's flare strutting out. He goes, "God damn, boys, now that was a shit." And then just proceeds to walk to gorilla position, I guess, to go out for his match. So that was pretty fun.
Dude, that is great. I
Yeah,
will
yeah,
say
yeah.
that is the third or fourth Ricky Morton taking a shit story I've heard.
Dude, professional shitter. Not shitter of the bed, but professional shitter.
I love Ricky, man, and that's the reason why he's one of my questions on here is because so many people have a Ricky Morton story and they just range, and it's just
Yo,
great that everyone has something.
rock and roll,
Um,
baby. Dude,
yeah,
everybody has a Ricky Morton.
oh
Everybody
yeah,
has a Ricky Morton story.
oh yeah, for sure. All right, the next one I definitely know you have one of these, but
Oh God.
do you have a George South story?
George South story. Do I have a particular, like a personal private interaction with him? Uh, No, not really. Uh,
That's impressive.
no, it's a sin, is what it is.
Yeah.
Well, okay. So, when was it? Good God, maybe 4 years ago at this point. There used to be like this little bar show. It was in the middle of Get Fucked, North Carolina. Nobody knew where it was. The only people that knew it was going on were the people that lived within close proximity or whatever. But it was like this little ring, this little broken down, busted up ass ring, just set up in like this uneven, you know, uh, bar parking lot. It was crazy. But George South wrestled there a lot. And on this particular night, I was a plant basically, I wasn't booked, so I was just sitting there yapping, flapping my damn gums, trying to get people over. And George, after his match, George is always the big baby face. Well, no. He's an excellent bad guy as well. But he was in the baby face role this particular evening. And after his match, he was trying to cut a promo. The crowd was going crazy. So I'm like, not behind him, but like kind of behind him. I go, just like trying to get everybody to quiet down. And he turns around. He's like, "Hey, don't hush him, stupid." And then turns around and proceeds to tell them to hush so he can cut his promo. There's my George South story.
I got you. I'm surprised he didn't call you a goof, man.
Or a fruit or something like that.
Yeah. No, dude, George's heel work, man. I've seen a lot of that when I was in South Carolina with him. And
it's something.
When he's a heel, man, he will talk for what feels like ever before the match starts. And you're like, come on, George. We got to get this match going, buddy. But yeah, no, I love that guy, man. He's the best. I talk to him every chance I can.
Hell
All
yeah,
right,
dude.
man. Final question. If you could only watch one match
right.
for the rest of your life, what would it be?
One match forever. Man, probably any. I'm disappointed in myself because this really is a basic answer. This is a basic answer, but Kurt Angle versus Shawn Michaels, WrestleMania 22. No, it wasn't 22. It's 21. Good God.
Okay.
Okay, dude. Mania 21.
Yeah. No, good guys, man. I mean, like, dude, Shawn Michaels has come up so many times. Shawn Michaels Undertaker, Shawn Michaels Flair, Shawn Michaels Hogan. I want to say all of those have been here. I mean, you're going to be episode 30. And
oh, nice.
I guess Shawn Michaels has probably been in at least a third of these episodes when it comes to match I'd watch forever.
Dude, I'm the porn episode XXX Jackson Drake. Let's go. No, but
yes,
that match is absolutely incredible. Kurt Angle is probably my favorite of all time. Whenever somebody asks me who are my inspirations, I always say, as corny as it is, I always say I want to be like a hybrid love child of Kurt Angle, Randy Orton, and Matt Riddle. So
you can, you can do it. You can do it. I can see it.
Thanks, dude.
Yeah, man. Did you meet Kurt when he came to AML?
Briefly. So, yeah, he was talking to Kerry Morton, and I had just gotten there. And very rarely am I genuinely nervous to go, because it's cool when you first get into wrestling and you're in locker rooms with all the legends and shit. You're like just starstruck because you're just starting wrestling. But after a while, and this is no disrespect at all, but it's like everybody kind of they feel like your coworkers after a while. They're still absolute heroes to the child in me. But, it's like you're working at McDonald's. You wouldn't mark out for the fucking fried flipper maker, whatever. But, yeah, very rarely am I genuinely nervous to go up and introduce myself to somebody. But Kurt Angle, man, it took me a while. I kept looking at him, but I just kept, going and shaking other people's hands. And I finally went up to him, and I was like, hey, hello, mister. Nice to meet you, sir. I'm Jackson. But he was super sweet. Coolest guy. Really sweet guy.
Man. That's awesome. Yeah, I definitely enjoyed meeting him. It's one of my favorite things about our AML shows, man. Like like I posted the pictures from the last one, and I was like, I bet you're wondering what convention I went to, but this is just another month of AML. Like, you know, we have so
It
many
is like
awesome
that.
people at every event, you know. So yeah, I'm glad to see you there more, man. This is probably like the third or fourth.
Thank you, sir. Yeah,
Yeah,
that was this past one was my third.
yeah.
I am booked for my fourth appearance at what is it? Most Wanted, AML Most Wanted
Yep.
on April 28th or whenever. I will not
Beautiful.
announce. I will not disclose my opponent yet, but just know you're gonna want to be there.
Oh yeah, man. The beauty is, especially like knowing Tracy, like, and then what he does, which I think is awesome, is like come February, he releases every show he's gonna have. So the dates. So I just put them all on my phone, and like, unless there's something dire emergency going on, I tell people like, "Oh, I'm busy that day." Like
Best believe you're gonna
I'm
be with
not yeah, I'm
us.
not gonna miss an AML show. Like it's just not gonna doesn't happen. Yeah.
I'm glad you don't, man. I'm glad you don't miss a
Yeah,
show.
appreciate it. So all right, man. So last thing that we ask is tell everyone where they can find you on social media. We post them on the bottom so they'll scroll throughout the video the whole time.
Cool deal, cool deal.
Yep.
So I do have Twitter or X. I don't use it. It's there because I'm told I should have one. And I comply. So if you want to go look at that I never post on, it's at Jackson Drake 03. Instagram, where I'm habitually active almost all the time. That is going to be 03 Jackson Drake. Hell yeah,
Lots of
dude.
dudes that I'm gonna reach out to. I love all you guys, man. Like especially our indie
Likewise,
crowd
dude.
here, our North Carolina, Georgia, Virginia, South Carolina. That bubble is just,
That circle.
dude, amazing, amazing
Second to
talent
none.
all over. Yeah,
Second to none, dude.
yeah. So hoping we can make this thing go off a little more, and then like let other people see. I actually just recently, man, and I was gonna tell you about it. Like I was talking to a guy about AEW figures, and he is a promoter in Philly that's always looking for guys.
No shit. I'll
And
be up there soon.
yeah, okay. So yeah, and like I told him, I was like, listen, man, I was like, if you're ever looking for some talent, I was like, I know a lot of indie guys that I'm sure would travel to Philly to do a show.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah,
I'm broken motivated. Let's
yeah.
fucking go.
So yeah, I'm
Put my
with you,
name
man.
in the hat.
I'll get his info for you right now. He's doing commentary on ESPN. He was a ring announcer on 2 pay-per-views at TNA. He's had Gargano at his show. On Action Andretti was a regular on his show before going to AEW. So dude's got to be doing something right over his way. He does once a month show like Tracy does. So I'm like,
No
yeah,
shit.
yeah. So I'm gonna get his promo info, and yeah, I was gonna send it out to you guys, man. But like, hey, this dude, you know, he's always looking. Just tell him that I sent you out that way, and
Absolutely.
yeah, you know,
You're my source for that one.
yeah, I'm for sure, man.
You're my
Like,
reference.
yeah, definitely, yeah. And I'll like, I got his name and stuff. We're friends on Facebook now, so like, I'm gonna get more info about his show. We'll look into it, see, like, you know, as long as the show's a decent show. I mean, as long as he treats his guys right. That's all it really matters, right?
Yeah, just be a little bit humanitarian.
Exactly,
You know?
right. And then
Just a little bit.
yeah, we'll send guys out that way for sure, man. You were one of the first people. You, Bojack, and a couple others were the first ones I thought about. I was like, man, anybody who wants to go to Philly, like, I mean, that's a little up north, right? Get up that way, get some stuff
Down the
going
street,
on
dude.
for sure. Awesome, man.
It, man. Genuine.
Well, yeah. So that's really it, man. I appreciate your time. I know you said you got to hit the gym in a little while, so thank you.
Fuck it. Jim will always be there, dude.
I hear you, brother. Thank you very much, man. And I'll you know, we'll keep in touch, and I'll let you know when your episode's going out so we can share it across everything and get people involved.
Absolutely, bro.
All right.
Thank you so much.
All right.
Thanks
yeah, man,
for helping us
problem.
get seen, man.
Oh yeah, always, brother. Have a good one. Take care.